After a contentious hearing in the House of Representatives, Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene stormed into the hallway and unloaded on reporters. I don't know if I've ever seen Marjorie this upset before. Wait until you see how red her face is in this one. But what set Marjorie off so much that she freaked out? I'll tell you all about it. Marjorie had just finished yelling at national hero Dr. Anthony Fauci, who came to testify about the nation's response to COVID-19. This was the first time Dr. Fauci has publicly testified as a private citizen since he stepped down from his leadership position in 2022. MTG decided to put on a performance and disrespect Dr. Fauci by refusing to call him a doctor.
Especially when the NIH and these government agencies, most powerful agencies in our country, are recommending medical suggestions and advice and making up guidelines like 6 feet distancing and masking of children. Do you think that's appropriate? Do the American people deserve to be abused like that, Mr. Fauci? Because you're not doctor, you're Mr. Fauci in my few minutes. No, I don't need your answer. I want to talk about this right here.
Mr. Chairman,
Fauci,
objection.
I reclaim my time. I reclaim my time, Mr. Raskin.
Gentlelady will suspend.
That nonsense got shut down by even the Republican chair of the subcommittee. But that didn't stop Marjorie from going on with her craziness.
And what a hypocrisy this picture shows. Here you are without your mask, with empty seats everywhere. Remember the cardboard cutout fans? That was one of the most insulting things to Americans, having to watch the games from home where you got to go and enjoy the game and sit right next to people not following the 6 feet of distancing, not wearing your mask, and everyone else was forced to stay home and stop enjoying life. And your science here, your science is displayed perfectly in this picture where children in school were put in plastic bubbles because of your science, your repulsive, evil science.
I'm not surprised Marjorie is lashing out, though. She's becoming more and more isolated. After her threat of removing Speaker Mike Johnson from his post caused even Donald Trump to take the opposite position, she has been clearly pushed to the sidelines. She was also the butt of jokes for a week after Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett annihilated her with the bleach blonde, bad-built, butch body insult. And now that Donald Trump has been convicted on 34 felony counts, her hero is no longer invincible. These are tough times for MAGA warriors. But it wasn't just Marjorie's failure to achieve anything during the hearing that upset her. Democratic Congressman Jamie Raskin said something earlier in the hearing that she was steaming about. Here's what he said.
I want to join my colleague from Florida in apologizing to you that some of our colleagues in the United States House of Representatives seem to want to drag your name through the mud. They're treating you, Dr. Fauci, like a convicted felon. Actually, you probably wish they were treating you like a convicted felon. They treat convicted felons with love and admiration. Some of them blindly worship convicted felons.
And that comment about worshiping Donald Trump appears to have set off Marjorie. Listen to her unhinged rant that followed.
Excuse me, let me correct you, and this is really important. I don't worship, I worship God. God. And Jesus is my savior. I don't worship President Trump. And I'm really sick and tired of the bullshit annex I have to deal with constantly from the Democrats. So that's what we just went through in there. And then they're sitting there, they can attack my character all day long. What's his face in there? Whoever was talking last was calling me insane. But yet we can't say, oh, they're attacking my character. Oh no, it's nonstop BS and annex. You want to know why? The Democrats don't have anything. They're responsible for the lockdowns, forced vaccinations, kids being forced to stay home, people committing suicide, and all the horrors that this country lived through during COVID. Fauci belongs in prison. He should be tried for mass murder, and he should be tried for crimes against humanity. That's how I feel after that hearing. That's how the American people feel. Thank you.
This woman is clearly losing it. The only person that should be punished is Marjorie for subjecting us to her stupidity on a daily basis. Dr. Fauci dedicated his life to public service and saved countless lives through his leadership role during the pandemic. And since our Republican friends have such short memories, it's helpful to remind people that Donald Trump not only kept Dr. Fauci as the face of his administration during the pandemic, but he even gave him a presidential commendation on his last full day in office. And a final note about today's hearing in which Marjorie got so upset. The Republicans are wasting our time by chasing after conspiracy theories that Dr. Fauci was somehow responsible for the COVID-19 pandemic. Congress should be focused on how to prevent another pandemic from happening. But instead, Republicans are forcing us to play games by attacking Dr. Fauci so they can score political points. But we all suffer when the real problems aren't focused on. Hopefully, Democrats will take back the House in November and we can get back to performing real business.